Hello. I am so excited to meet you and greet you and thank you for tuning in to Ask Alma. Because you know what? This is a special night for Ask Alma. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? It is Wednesday, not Tuesday at 7. Don't worry about it. Don't be confused. Tonight is Wednesday. Hi, Danielle. And we are here because we are excited to be with our family, our NMPA family during the conference. Please comment. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you're here with us. I'm so excited to see you, meet you, greet you, and bring you into the fellowship this evening because we are going to have a great time. You heard me. I said I'm with my NMPA family. Yes, I am. Speaking of NMPA, let's see a live video about what's happening this week.
Government officials insist that this is an isolated incident.
Karen Carter Richards, distinguished chair of the NNPA, the National Newspaper Publishers Association.
We're stronger than we've ever been. I am so proud to chair this organization because we've always known that we've been a resilient people.
Welcome, Attorney Crump.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Stacy, and to my mentor, Dr. Ben Chavis, so many times. He has not only provided us an avenue to get the message to our communities on cases that mainstream media won't cover, talking about Black Lives That Matter.
Hello, I'm Isaiah Thomas, and I want to salute President and CEO Ben Chavis, Senior National Correspondent Stacy Brown, and the entire NNPA executive team of Karen Carter Richards on the 194th anniversary of the Black Press of America.
Hi, this is Congressman Cedric Richmond, Senior Advisor to President Biden and Director of the White House Office of Public Engagement, wishing NNPA a happy 81st anniversary and the Black Press of America a happy 194th anniversary.
Oh, the Black Press of America is absolutely critical in so many ways, but particularly for what you and I are talking about today.
As Speaker of the House, it is my honor to bring congratulations to the Black Press of America.
The Black press was so important in my whole upbringing and my success of my career. You know, Ebony and Jack and Amsterdam News and Harlem and all of that was so important.
John P. Key.
I grew up reading the Carolina Times. So the Black press was so important to us as a family.
Yes. That has filled my spirit. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Chavis. Thank you, Stacy, who will join us very soon. And thank you, Karen Carter Richards. I'm excited to be a part of NNPA. I think I not only speak for myself, but I speak for Deidre Comegys. I speak for Noah Washington, my NNPA family. We are so excited to be a part of the Newspaper Publishers Association and just absolutely excited about tonight. Hello, Mary Lou is joining us. Hello. She is a faithful watcher, and we are grateful that she is here with us this evening. As a matter of fact, she was the one who made the comment to me that she thought last night's show was absolutely flawless, which I thought was a fantastic compliment. Thank you for that, Mary Lou. We appreciate you. So, guys, we are, on a different night. So I want to thank our audience who shows up every Tuesday for joining us tonight on a Wednesday. I want to thank the newbies for joining us this evening because you are in for a fantastic ride. We have a great time on Ask Alma. Give me a minute, you guys, to put out our disclaimer that we are not licensed psychologists. We basically offer you loving, and let me say that one more time, loving. We are not trying to embarrass you in any way. Loving advice, common sense advice. You know, that kind of advice that you're talking to your friend. You know what I mean? No, like you have a friend and you're talking to your friend and you want them to be honest with you.
But kind.
Right, but kind. Like really pull you back off that ledge if need be, but do it with a smile. You know what I'm saying? Don't push you and pull you back at the same time. You know, you get a little bit confused by that. So yes, that's what we do every Tuesday at 7:00, and it is fantastic. We have 3 questions, usually 3 questions every week. Sometimes we run long on a particular question that might be a little
juicy.
Juicy. That's good. That's good.
Juicy.
See, Noah, see how we do this?
Just jump in, Noah.
Yes. So every once in a while, it gets a little juicy and it runs over. But what we do is we ask our volunteer video readers to read the emails that come in, and that way you can maintain your privacy. You know, your mother-in-law doesn't have to know that you're talking about her on Nnpa. Right. We let somebody else read your question. And then we give our sound advice. So, hi, Michelle. I'm glad you're with us tonight. Hello, hello. What I want to take a minute to do, Dee, before we get started is, Noah, can you introduce yourself to the audience and let them know a little bit about what you do at Nnpa? I sure would appreciate that.
Oh, never a problem. I'll always do it if you ask. So hello, everybody. My name is Noah Washington, and I'm a contributor to the Black Press USA and the larger Nnpa. I write the column, The Blerdbinder, and this is what I do. I bring in guests and hosts. I talk about anime and entertainment. I talk to them too. So it's fun and exciting to be on this side of things, you know?
Yes. Anime and entertainment.
Yes, ma'am.
That's like a dream job. You know that, Noah, right?
It is. And I'm 22.
Oh my gosh, 22, and this is what you do? What?
For a living, right?
This is what people are like, what? You get to watch TV for a living? I'm like, yes.
It doesn't get much better than this.
No, it does not.
So I'm so proud of you, Noah. And I am thrilled beyond measure that you are on my show tonight. I really am.
I'm thrilled to be here.
I'm glad to hear that because I want you to come back again. I already know that. I wanted you tonight, and I want you to come back again.
Right.
Well, so, I will always come back.
Oh, good. We've got you now, and we're not going to let go. Stacy will be joining us, and we're excited about that. I can't wait to see him and greet him. Hi, Deborah. Deborah Gilbert White says hello to us. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, you guys, the 3 questions that we have, I think, are using Dee's words, pretty juicy. One of them, I am interested in hearing the response. And I wanted Stacy to chime in on it. So I'm not going to start with that question.
Yeah, I think he says he'll be here in about 10 minutes, which was about 2 minutes ago. So you want to switch the questions around so we can have him.
Good. Yeah, so we're going to switch that one. I may put that at the end because we need a little Stacy wisdom with that question. I was thinking about him when I saw that one. I immediately actually thought about him when I saw that one. Dee, how are you doing this week?
I am well. I'm very well. I'm a couple of days from summer vacation, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yay!
And my bucket list has sleep and beach. And I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for the next 8 weeks. Beach and sleep. Sleep on the beach. That's pretty much that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing.
I like that.
Hi, Bessie. Bessie just joined us. Hi, Bessie.
Hey, Bessie.
And
Bessie has a birthday coming up. Hi, Demeen.
Happy birthday.
Are you? I know she has a big birthday coming up. So happy birthday to you, Bessie. We are excited for you. That should be a lot of fun. Demeen, I hope Ayana is somewhere close by or getting ready to log on soon. I hope Gail is with us. I hope Tracy is with us. I hope Sharon is with us. And I hope they're all wondering, is it Tuesday? Didn't I do this?
Yes. Did we just do this? Alma, if I could jump in for a second. Miss Gilbert White, we may be pronouncing her name incorrectly. Please tell us. I think it may be Deborah, growing up with a name that everybody jacks up. I'm conscious of that.
Right. That's
tell us, Miss Gilbert White, if we're pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Deborah? Yeah. You could just give us a thumbs up.
Let us know, like they do on Facebook. Like,
there he is.
Stacy!
Hello.
Yes, Deborah. Okay.
Mr. Brown.
I'm glad to be. I'm sorry I'm late, but I was also chastised this afternoon by the great Jerome Benton for being late too. So
is that right?
I am happy you're here. You could be late anytime that you're gonna show up for me. Okay. I am honored. Thank you so much.
It's a privilege, Alma.
Thank you so much, Stacy. I would like for you to introduce yourself to the audience and let them know all that you do. Would you please give us a portion of your short bio, please?
Very short. As you know, I am the senior national correspondent for the Black Press of America, Nnpa, and we do the morning show, Let It Be Known, myself and Dr. Chavis. Hey, Noah. And I've been doing this, not this per se, but the journalism thing for about, 26, 27 years now. So it's been fun, and doing it with the Nnpa and Norman and Dr. Chavis and Claudette and the rest of them. It's been great. It's been a thrill.
Oh, good. And Let It Be Known is daily, Monday through Friday at 7:30. Is that correct?
7:30 a.m. Eastern.
7:30 a.m. Eastern.
That's why I keep missing it. I'm going to do better.
I am going to do better too, Stacy, because you want to know why? In a couple of months, many of us will have to get up and go to work.
Yeah,
so we won't have that 10-minute commute, because I got to tell you, I'm loving that 10-minute commute right now.
10 minutes. My commute is 2.5 minutes.
Exactly. So
my stepwatch told me the other day I'd only taken 36 steps all day. I was like, okay, I did it.
All day.
Yes.
Well, speaking of, I'm sorry, Alma.
No, go ahead, Stacy.
Yeah, speaking of I stepped into Noah's realm a few months ago. Norman, this was back late last year. Norman called me up. What was that? The comedy thing, Comic-Con. Had a chance to interview Sinbad and his son.
Oh, nice! That's very nice.
So I was thinking that when I see Noah there, it made me think of that, because I know that's his thing.
Yeah. Listen, you already have so much prestige that comes with you. Leave a little for the rest of us.
We're just kind of, back in the shadows when it comes to Stacy. I'm telling you.
I
just like to drop his name. I know Stacy.
Please, this is Dee, I told Norman this, and I mean it wholeheartedly. This is the most exciting program that Norman has put together for Nnpa, period.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
I always say that.
We've been doing this for about 35 years. We're just now doing it in public.
On video.
Yes. What you see is what you get all the time.
And it's always, not always, but because it's all year round, but most times it is connected with summer cookouts and picnics. So we will invite y'all from there on. come on out.
Come on out.
That's right.
And I don't know where the questions come from, but I tell you what, the answers are just amazing.
I've got a good question for you tonight, Stacy. This one, when I saw it, I said, this one needs some Stacy wisdom. So we're going to hold that one off until the end, to the absolute end. Tracy, who is logged on and said hello. If I'm not mistaken, Tracy, did you open for Sinbad? Let me know what you did, but because I know that the two of you have been on stage, not together, but one before the other, if I remember that correctly. So let us know what you did with Sinbad. That'll be great for you to put that in the comments. So, okay, y'all, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to help some folks out there?
Let's help some folks out there.
Remember, Noah, remember, with a kind heart.
And a punch to the throat if necessary.
Wow, that's how you do it, huh, Dee? Wow.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. Okay, let's get started and listen to question number 1.
And my name is Janine. And tonight's question is, Dear Alma, my uncle and I are very close. We grew up together and we're only 2 years apart. He and I are up in age, 55 and 57. We decided to move in with each other to save money and figure out our next moves. 2 months into this arrangement, he got married, and I'm livid and hurt beyond belief. Do I have a right to be hurt and angry? I feel like I need to move immediately. What do you think?
Okay, let me recap this. Thank you to Gigi, our VVR for the evening. Thank you for that. We appreciate that, Gigi. The email said that this woman and her uncle grew up together. They are the best of friends. So at this point, 50-something and 50-something, they decided to move in together, save a little bit of money, and figure out their next moves. Well, 2 months in, he comes home married. Like, he didn't tell her he was getting married. He didn't mention this woman in any way. There you go. So she was really livid about what happened. And we emailed each other back and forth a little bit. And so I am interested in hearing if you guys feel like she had some say-so in this. Or
say so in the marriage, or say so in the housing arrangement, or
right, exactly. That's what she was going back and forth about. That, like, did he owe her a conversation? I think he at least owed her a conversation,
right?
To say, hey,
well, married. Well, for I'm thinking, like, at 55, if you find somebody that you want to be with and marry, that needs to happen. Right. I mean, I think that isn't something that you pause on, especially if you feel motivated to do it so quickly. Go ahead. Why not? You're gonna, we don't have that many years. We're on the other side of how many years we have left. Right. But I do believe that there should have been at least a heads up. Like, hey, guess what? I met someone. There's a possibility that person might be, even if they didn't get married, if the person was going to move in, right? Then I think that should have been a,
But to come home with a wife,
well,
which is basically what happened.
Well, listen. She they wasn't as close as she thought they were. I mean, she's been living under this illusion apparently all her life.
Close, right?
And they were close. And homeboy was like, you know what? I just need a means to an end.
Right,
and you know what? That extra couple of $100 comes in handy. And then Miss Thing comes around, and he's like, look, cuz nephew, niece, I love you, but you know what?
I gotta name.
Was the family member asked to leave? Like, was there?
Yeah. No.
Was there? Okay.
No.
No, that's why I was
not asked to leave. No, okay. But she would. What she said to me is, it cannot be two cooks in the kitchen, like two women living under one roof, and especially because she didn't know her.
Right.
Like she was sort of just like came into what was her house. If he's married to her now, then that makes it her house.
Her house.
Right.
So no, they didn't ask her to leave, but she was really, really uncomfortable about the whole thing.
Right.
My cousin Ernie is watching. Hey, Ernie. I need to give him a shout out because y'all know my cousins follow me. I'm just so glad they do.
All 125 of them.
You know it. But I mean, I like that is it. I think she could have left, but I don't know, because those were the two things that we narrowed it down to. Did he owe her a conversation, and should she leave immediately?
Well,
you know,
Noah was going to say something, and when he's done, I want to add. Deborah says he owed her a conversation of this possibility before they moved in together.
Yeah.
You know, I'm you know, for those who don't know, I'm 22, and I'm at that stage, right, where like maybe it's because of COVID, where a lot of my friends' serious relationships are turning into engagements, right?
Yeah.
And living in that college life, I'm going by college rules, so I'm actually going to say no, it's not necessary. And let me tell you why. Because if she's living in his space, right? Mm-hmm. That's a roommate situation,
Right,
if I'm rooming with somebody, I'm not going to tell them, hey, I'm bringing my girlfriend over. I pay the rent. I have the right to bring my girlfriend over, right? And so unless, there's something else happening that we just don't know of, no, he doesn't have to say anything. He's not entitled to say anything.
That, I was really looking for the male perspective on this too, because I think that women probably think differently. I could be wrong. Ladies, y'all let me know. I think we would like a heads up about anything.
Well,
and
the kind thing, Alma, would have been to give her the heads up. If there was a heads up, do we know how much of a heads up he even had? Sounds like it was like this.
No, he knew her from years ago. They came back together, and then 30 days later they were married.
Good night.
But like I said again, at this age,
right?
At this age, make it happen. I mean, I think that you really just do have, especially since they're family. I think you do have to have some respect for the other person. But if that person wasn't asked to leave, if that person had time and energy to figure out what they wanted to do or stay, or stay, then stay until you can, if the person can't afford to leave, that's another issue. But it doesn't sound like that was, they just decided to live together because it would have worked for both of them, and it still can. It's just there's now a third party.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What? So is she adding her own funds to the rent, or is she living?
Yes. No, she was paying. She was paying to be there. Mm-hmm.
So what she could pay someplace else.
Yes.
It's just that they made this agreement.
Right, because it sounds like
absolutely.
They moved in just to alleviate some of the bills that they may have already had.
Exactly.
And they made this agreement just to make life a little easy, because she said in the video there to save money.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They were both coming together.
Well, to save money and I can't afford it are two different things.
Yeah, to save money and do some other things. And so, because you know what, honestly, anybody who comes home with a husband or a wife in 30 days, it's not that I take issue with it, but I just think you may want to have thought that through a little bit longer. That's what I'm saying.
But even if you thought it through for 6 months, 8 months, a year, and then still came home, it's still the same situation. There's no reason for that person to have had to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Well, see, I like what Danielle's saying there too. You need to discuss what the plan is if either of us has to break the agreement. That's been discussed. They're supposed to be so close.
Yes, that should have been right.
You're stuck on that, aren't you, Steve?
No, because you know what, D, let me tell you something. You hear people romanticize about the past so much, right?
Right.
When we do that, what happens? We only look at all of the great stuff, the good stuff.
Right.
We tend to always forget about all the negativity, right? And maybe, you know, this opportunity came up. They both may have had some little money problems or really struggling to make ends meet, because 55 and 57, you know, that's uncle and niece. That doesn't often happen. When brother and sister sometimes, but uncle and niece, that doesn't always happen. So they were in a situation in which apparently they look, you know, we've been close, or at least we think we've been close. Why don't we do this and we can help each other? Now I agree. Now, I mean, I hate to disagree with Noah, but that's where I agree with the fact that he should have said, if he knew that there was this possibility, he should have said, but you know what? You can brace yourself because this could happen.
Right, right. And usually if we don't, it is because we're embarrassed by it and we're not sure how it's going to turn out.
But is there a possibility that we're so close, you know, some things are just unsaid. So, you know, perhaps we were so close, you know, because sometimes we often do that. Oh, he won't mind, or oh, she won't mind, because we think we had that kind of relationship. So maybe that was just one of those, we are so close that I don't have to have this conversation.
That's not good. And any of y'all who think that way, that's not good.
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, I'm letting you know, Aunt Alma, up front. Don't do that. No, because it's just one-sided, and it's you thinking for the other person, and you never really know what the other person's going to think.
You're right.
Because I can't speak for everybody, but Stacy may be able to speak on this too. I know for me, what cracks me up is, so Gil and I have been together 25, 26 years. Something that I think he's going to disagree on, I practice. Like, you know, I get my words together and my sentences. Then I think what he might say, and then I get ready for what I'm going to say back. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, are you learning from this, Noah? Listen to this is
brushing your teeth, Noah.
Right now.
You practice. You brushing. You practice. Now, here's the funny part. Most times when that comes up and I ask my husband, he says yes or no. And I'm standing there like, wait, because I'm ready. That's all you got?
He switched it up.
He switches it up. Now, something that I think he would give me a yes or a no, he's like having a conversation. I'm like, why are we talking about this? Like, wouldn't it just be a yes or no? And this is over, again, a period of time, which always reminds me that you never know what a person is going to say or what they're thinking. So you have to at least bring them in on it so you can find out from them how they feel, what they think, and what they would want to do with this. So for me and him, he owed her a private conversation, just like they had that private conversation about moving in, which they didn't have to ask permission for anybody to do that. And I absolutely get that. But if you're bringing somebody else in the fold, be it her or him,
to live,
then it needs to be a conversation. And if you don't have the conversation, it was because you knew it was going to be uncomfortable and you just thought, I'm going to wait until we're married. And then what can you say? Because we're not going out to get divorced. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay.
There you have it.
There you
the
go.
End.
And well, remember, okay, now we could wrap this up, but remember her part 2 was, should she move out immediately? Mm-hmm. Noah said yes. Get out.
Well, I think she should take the time to, I mean, she's not squatting. I think she should take the time to find the place that she really wants, that she, you know, that she will be comfortable. And clearly it's going to have to be someplace where she can live alone.
Yeah.
So I don't think she has to, I mean, she may feel in her heart she needs to rush out because it's a woman and, you know, that whole two women in the kitchen, right? Yeah. And they may be loud or whatever, you know. Maybe she may be getting a little more information than she cares to have. Right. But, you know, they're meeting at the kitchen table, you know, in all kinds of undress. Yeah. But I think that I think she should leave when she's found the place that she needs to be in.
And that should be hopefully in 90 days. I really wouldn't stay past 90 days. I wouldn't even want to stay past 60 days. But if you got to stretch it to 90,
I agree with
then,
that. If you're gonna leave 90 days,
yeah. Ask another cousin or family member. Just start and just.
No, I'm moving with anybody else. After this, I'm taking any chances.
Right, that would.
This might be genetic. Next cousin gets married, next uncle gets married. It's like, okay, and then there's a whole nother complex about why does everybody get married except me?
Except for me, right?
Always the bridesmaid.
Who wants to live with newlyweds? That's
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Scared to eat at the kitchen table. Just now.
That would be a bit much. So there you go. There's your advice from us. And we really hope it works out for you, because I personally hate to, have a situation with somebody and we shook hands and then it goes left.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But I will also say that sometimes in life, something that you think was really bad or experience that derailed you will actually put you in a position to head in the direction that you need to be going anyway. So there you go with that one.
Well, baby, before we go, Deborah says she better check with them. They may have another place and she won't be the one needing to move.
Hey.
There you go.
About that.
Right.
But will he still pay
another conversation?
Well, look, Alma, you about to ask a really legitimate question.
Will he still pay?
Yeah. Right. They made an agreement, right? If they got a year lease, maybe I think he's responsible for the rest of that year.
That's right.
Yeah, if he can't find somebody to take his spot, no, yeah, he should be responsible for that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, there you go. Hey guys, that was nice. I that was really good.
I don't know. Noah's ready to leave after that.
No,
I'm here for the long haul. Listen, I got my phone out taking notes.
Well, I love that he came from a very different perspective. When you talk about a roommate situation, it's been a long time since we've been roommates, so I appreciate his perspective on that.
I like his perspective. He, was giving his age and saying this is what I would do at this time.
This age.
That's what I would have done at that age. And then we were talking about how they were another place in their life, and it does give you a different answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's with a lot of things. So thank you guys. I appreciate all of your points of view. That was fantastic. Are you ready to move to question number 2? Let's keep this thing rolling. Ma'am. Question number 2.
Hi, my name is Delphia and I'm here to read the question for Ask Alma. Hey Alma, hello to you and your panel. I've been married for a little over a year. Because of COVID, we went to the courthouse and didn't have a wedding ceremony. Since that time, I've met my husband's family slowly over time. He was a single dad when we met and he and I hit it off instantly. I admit we were moving fast when I met his kids and we all clicked. We knew it was right. My problem is his family. They just straight up don't like me. I have gone out of my way for his mom and sisters, aunts and cousins, and nothing. They barely speak and openly treat me like they just don't want me around. Yes, my husband has had conversations with them, and when he's around, they're fine. But when he isn't, they flip. What do you suggest I do to make these people like me?
You got to keep it moving.
Thank you for that. You guys know what? I didn't even realize this with the questions this week that came through, but she could be the woman who married the cousin. Okay, no. But we don't know if everybody was mean to her.
There's a book there.
There's a book there.
There's a book there.
To recap the question, this woman is married to a single parent dad, but his family is not receiving her very well. And she wonders what she can do about that.
Nothing.
Absolutely not.
And not lose an ounce of sleep over it. Her husband loves her. Her husband's children love her. Keep it
Not
like,
his mother?
as Noah so eloquently said, keep it moving.
Yeah,
Keep
she's
it
not.
moving.
She's not married to the family. She's married to him.
It's him.
And
Yeah.
and in this case too, he's got to draw the line in the sand too. He's got to make it plain. Look, if you're gonna treat her this way, then look, we can't have this.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she says that he has spoken to his
tried.
family. He's tried to speak to them, and when he's around, they're nice and kind, and when he isn't, they aren't. So stop being around.
There you go.
But what
Come
about
on, help me with the Bible verse. Once you get married, what happens?
Well, stick to your wife. You know.
yoke of the yoke?
Once you choose, your family goes away. I'm paraphrasing,
Google.
of course.
Look, I'm a preacher kid. I should know what verse that is, shouldn't I? I think. What about the mother-in-law, though? I mean,
What about her?
I think every guy wants his wife to get along with his mother.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Wanting that and getting that are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
And so whose responsibility is it to work on that relationship, the wife or the mother-in-law?
Well, it sounds like she's tried and she's getting nowhere. So should she spend the rest of her life trying to be friends with these people?
No. Well, okay. No, I think this is early in the relationship. And I honestly think that maybe they are giving her a hard time because they don't really know her. I mean, like, he married her and she's around his kids. That's why I think there might be an issue, because she said with the mom and the aunt. So that means the mother-in-law and her sisters, which, that is a tough crowd. That is a tough crowd to please. And so I'm not saying that they always have a reason, because sometimes they don't, but I am not shocked that they are giving her a little bit of a hard time. I think it may have been different if he did not have kids and just, married somebody. But maybe this is a situation where the grandmother is watching to see how she gets along with her grandchildren and how they interact with her.
But she needs to trust that her son chose someone that will take care of his children. That's not her job.
Okay,
that's not her job.
You have a son and I have a son. It's not, but it don't tell me it didn't run across your mind. Like, we would
not to mistreat her. I mean, they mistreat her. It isn't a matter of, we want to make sure she's okay. They're mean to her, which is unacceptable. I'm trying to find a verse. Proceed.
Well, I'm going to put my 2 cents in there real quick. With me, right? Any woman that my mother, I brought a few girls home to meet my mom, and if she doesn't like them, that's usually it.
Yeah. Well, Noah,
good for you, Noah.
You know what? Let me say this, because Noah, I need you to know up front, and I can call your mama later, but I don't like any girl that you bring home, okay? Because you are young, you have a bright future ahead of you, and we really just don't have time for serious relationships. I know you may not agree with me, but I told my son Josh that, and he was like, what? I was like, let me just tell you up front, I don't like her. And if she get pregnant, when he was in high school, I said, if she get pregnant, I won't like your baby.
Wow.
Mom, that is so mean. I said, call it what you want. But like, you're young. You have a lot to do. There's a lot of life ahead of you to live, which wasn't true. Like, well, maybe. I don't know, a little bit. I really love my daughter-in-law, so I think it worked.
Yes.
Because he picked the right woman to marry. But I think ahead of that, especially at 22? You're 22, Noah?
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of one girl you could bring home that I would like. I really can't.
That's what my mother said. And then I brought home my last girlfriend, and she loved her. She's hoping we get back together. She came to me the other day, and he says, "You're doing something deceitful." I was like, what?
Because she knew. A mother always knows, Noah. I need you to know that too. So what happened, Noah? Can you tell us what happened, or is that private? Y'all broke up?
Oh yeah, no, it's just two different people.
Yeah,
It's amicable.
Going two different ways.
Yeah, she just has X, Y, and Z she wants to complete, and I have A, B, and C I want to complete.
Hey, I totally get that. And I don't think you guys could have done it together. So I'm not saying that I'm glad y'all broke up, but I am saying
you're gonna have to know he ain't gonna be able to get a date.
Oh, Noah will get a date. I'm not
you're gonna shut it down.
No, Noah will get a date.
The verse is, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife.
Yeah.
And they shall become one flesh.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
I heard that
so
one.
So his mama needs to, I know it's hard, I know, but you can't mistreat the man's wife. He chose her. You have to know that you raised your son to be a decent human being, and the person he chose is going to be good for him and good for his children. We know that always isn't always the case, but we have to believe that. And don't be mean to her.
Very nicely put, Dee Dee.
But
that's right, but
that was a big but, but.
Yeah, but some of us go to church and hear that, and riding home on the cell phone going, girl, I never liked her. But I think there is work to do on both sides. I do. I think, life isn't easy, and things, sometimes there's a challenge in something that's important to you. So yeah, they're mean to you. Okay. But what you going to do about it?
Nothing.
No, she has to do something.
What does she have to do?
You and Stacy would just do nothing? I don't believe that.
If someone doesn't, if they mistreat her and they don't like, they've said, we don't like you.
No, I didn't hear her say that.
Okay, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I read that into, they treat me badly. They don't talk to me when I'm in the room. They ignore me. Yeah. They only talk to
the wife, and he and the wife divorced. So
what's the situation with the mother of his child?
Exactly. I don't know, but I just think.
Well, either way, though, whether they like the ex or not, they can't mistreat her. She doesn't have to take the mistreatment, is what I'm saying, and he cannot allow the mistreatment. He has. If he hasn't already, he has to step it up. And you know what? Now she's got kids to help raise, right?
Yeah.
She's got a household to help run. She don't got time for that.
No.
That they can keep it moving. Like Noah said in the beginning, they can keep it moving.
And those children watching their grandmother mistreat her is going to create another set of problems, because they could potentially decide, well, if she's mean to her, we can be mean to her too.
Right.
That's
why it needs to be efforts on both sides.
The mother needs to reach across the aisle and be kind to her.
Yes. And she could, kind of.
It sounds like she's done those things. Yes.
Okay. I just think, people need to try harder sometimes. And this is one of those cases. But we are going to give this woman the advice of Noah.
The meme says, when he would leave the room, I would announce, I'm coming with you. You are not leaving me here with them.
Right. But I think Noah was right, and we agree with Noah. Keep it moving. Just like Stacy said, you're married to him.
Exactly.
And Dee reiterated, don't worry about them. Just be happy in your marriage with him and the kids. And I am saying, just try a little bit harder to get along with his mom and his aunt, and give it a little bit of time. Like, find out if they like pound cake or whatever. Bake his mom a pound cake, girl. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're gonna have to
I gotta bake too.
Listen, not.
I'm writing this down.
Wait.
Well, it's been a year, right? She said it's been a year, which isn't a lot of time.
Yeah. Stacy, you were saying.
You remember the help, right? Bake her a cake.
Yesterday too. I don't know. It's the anniversary of the movie
2 nights in
that came up last night too about baking a pie.
We had a question about a neighbor. I think it was Vosh who said, "Remember what they did in the hill?" I was like, what? Okay, so no, because she can't buy the mom a pound cake because then she really not gonna like her.
No.
But, like when the mother comes over, have the kids help you bake her cake right there in the kitchen where she can see. There you go. Just try that.
Now, Alma, that is some true therapist speak right there.
Thank you, Stacy.
She says in the beginning, "I am not a therapist."
Right.
In my heart, I am.
Right.
On paper,
Absolutely.
I'm not. Thank you guys for that. That was really good. I appreciate it. And Noah, you are hanging. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's so much wisdom coming from your end. Thank you. Thank you.
These are conversations I have with my own friends.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Well,
then
we
you
hope
can
you
tell
all
them
watch.
about your Aunt Alma. Say, I got to run that by my Aunt Alma. I don't know. I'll get back to you. And for all those ladies, I just want you to know, if he brings you over to meet Aunt Alma, then you're in. Anyway, so.
Not true.
Right, Noah?
That's right.
That's right. Okay, guys, let's listen to question number 3, which I think is the best question of the evening. So here we go.
And my name is Orga, and I am a VVR for today. Dear Alma, I have a friend that's like a brother to me, and his father has always been like a father to me too. His dad is in his 80s. He's still fun, lives life to the fullest, but here's where I have a problem. He still has his driving license and is still driving. I think 80 is too old to drive, and we should talk about taking his keys. My friend says no, his dad is fine, and we should stay out of his business. I'm worried he might get into an accident and hurt himself or someone else. When is the time to take the keys from your elderly parents?
You know what? I really appreciated this question. So to recap, he is friends with this guy and his family. He says, of course, his best friend is like a brother, and the father is like a father figure to him. He is in his 80s, and he is still driving. And so he is thinking, that this is the time for them to have a conversation with him about driving, because there's so much going on. Actually, I was thinking too, with folks on their cell phones. It's just a lot going on now with driving. That he was thinking that maybe it was time for them to take the keys. Or is there a time that you take the keys?
Well, this story has come up for me for a couple of times, because when I was in New Jersey, we had a woman, a senior citizen, who was still driving. She had 18 hit and runs.
Oh my!
Because she couldn't see the objects that she was running over, and it actually led to some discussion about legislation on how you can decide if almost everything you do you have to relicense for.
Yeah.
So perhaps there should be, once you reach a certain age, there should be an eye test, or there should be a road test again, or, something to make sure that you would be safe on the road. If I recall, it was AARP or one of those organizations said, "Oh, no, you're not doing that. No, we're not having that." And they fought against it. Florida has a considerable number of older. They actually have different speed limits in different lanes in Florida for that very reason. Like if you want to just only go 40 miles an hour on a highway, you get into the right lane.
Really?
Because the rules, the people, all of it has changed dramatically over the 75 years this man has been driving.
Yeah.
My aunt, she handed over her keys. She just said she was afraid. She was out on the road. She was afraid of all the activity around her. Said, "I don't want to do this anymore." I think that you hope that the person says, I'm ready to not do this anymore. But like we had a conversation last night about being the child of the parent and how difficult that is.
Yeah.
There has to be a conversation about the safety.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just that, mom or dad, I don't want to see you harmed. Let's get you a driver. Let's get you something.
Uber. Yeah.
Because this is it's to the point where it may be dangerous.
Or maybe not driving at night.
Right.
Maybe just drive during the day. So Michelle said, my mother is 83 years old and drives better than I do. Girl, your mama drives better than you. But you told me I'm going to pick you up. I think
Gigi says buy a Volvo.
Not the Volvo.
We did that when our son was in high school.
They are tanks. Yes.
They are. They absolutely are. I think I don't know if that was great for your Aunt Dee to be that enlightening, to come to that on her own, because I just don't see seniors giving up.
I think probably more of them do it than we know, but those aren't the ones that we worry about. We worry about the ones who won't.
Right. Yeah. And I hate when we do this often. I was going to say, especially in this country, but I don't know what they do in other countries, so I shouldn't say that. But we tend to react after something has happened.
Yeah.
And it just seems to me that sometimes you can jump on something ahead of time instead of waiting until
be proactive, right?
Like he said, he hurts himself or hurts someone else. So do you guys think that 80-year-olds should consider giving up the car keys?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My grandfather was one who was the opposite of the aunt, Dee Dee's aunt, who he refused to give up the keys, and he was just all over the road. He was insistent on driving everywhere. And I know that he gave us fits about not giving up the keys. It was a situation where his insurance was expired, and in New York, where we were living, the city of New York, he lived in Manhattan. So you know what car insurance rates were, right? So he's paying in a month what some people pay in a year, right? and so now he's my brothers and I, my mom, we take turns paying this insurance. But once he had his 100th fender bender, 1,000 fender, it was that was enough, because it keeps going up.
Right.
And but more importantly than the cost, it was his and other people's
safety, right?
And he just was not trying to hear it, and he never heard it, and he died wanting to still drive. He was
mad at you. Mad at you because
I just remember him going into the hospital, and I remember he talking about when he gets out, he's asking, about his insurance.
Right.
And we think,
you okay, Stacy?
it's time to hang him up,
Right.
I mean, we didn't want it to end that way, but
right.
But
it is true. It's very, very true.
I think you have to. I think it's time.
I do too.
Maybe it isn't an actual age. Maybe it's just a retest at an age, and if you can still. If you still have your mind and clarity and you can still do it, then you should be allowed to do it. I don't think you should just say, oh, at 79, you can't drive anymore. But
82, D, not 79.
Right. Okay. 82. At 82, you can't drive anymore. But I think that there has to be some check.
Yeah.
Well, and that would make it
maybe the authorities could have said to him, all right, Mr. Sir, you cannot drive anymore. And it may have come as easier.
Oh yeah. That would
if someone else said it, right.
Well, and
then you whippersnapper.
No, but as you said, if there was legislation, there was laws that you have to retest.
Right.
In my case, I knew my grandfather would never pass another test. Right. So that would have been great.
Yeah.
So
because I had a little trouble with my last retest, but we won't bring that up.
We don't have to talk about it.
At 45, you shouldn't be driving.
And you guys, I take my glasses off for Ask Alma. I wear glasses. I can't see without my glasses. I never have my glasses on for Ask Alma. And it is hilarious because I was at DMV and for some odd reason, I could not read those letters. I bust out crying. The lady was like, that's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. We're going to renew you. You good? I was like, I can't see it. And you know what? It was one of those moments. I'm not a crier. Well, unless I'm watching a good movie on Hallmark or something. But most times I could pull it together. But the fact that I could not read those doggone lines, I was like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with my eyes? And I was overcome with emotion.
Well, you just left your glasses at home?
Yeah, I don't know, Dee. I don't know.
But you know what?
No, they make you take them off. Like you could do it with the glasses on, and then they'll tell you to take them off.
Oh, do they? Okay.
And the takeoff one was just embarrassing. Like I could not even find a line to fake it. And I just bust out crying. She was like,
but
it's
that's
okay.
it though. Earlier you talked about and somebody wrote in about men think different than women. Right. Noah, I want you to know, I also wear glasses too, like Alma. And when I'm reading that line, I know I can't read the bottom lines, but I just say whatever comes to mind. A, F, G, and I say it with full confidence, and the doctor is looking at me like,
what is he saying?
that's what men do.
That's what they do. That was from Del Jones. He's a reporter. He's a reporter at the USA that used to work with us. That was funny. He did say that women and men think differently. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. They do. Absolutely.
Well, Nicole says, my mom is 83 and a good driver. My dad, 85, gave up driving willingly.
Oh, good.
They moved it several years ago due to worsening glaucoma. So, I mean, it's fantastic if they do it. It's just the challenge when they don't.
Yeah, yeah.
My mother doesn't listen to me as it is, so that'll be a hard battle.
No, you just need to ride with her. That's about it. I mean, she doesn't need you to take the keys.
Or not.
No, you need to ride with her. I love when my son rode with me. I always try to think of a reason for him to ride in the car with me because I think you can have the best conversations in the car with your son. Yes. With both of you facing forward. Y'all ain't looking at each other. Right. He ain't got to be embarrassed. Look straight ahead and have a good conversation. Hey guys, I want to wrap this up a little bit early. First of all, I can't even tell you, I'm like ready to cry because you guys were with us tonight and it was just amazing. Thank you so much. But I wanted to see if we could possibly run the promo for the conference again, so everyone can see it. Whoever missed it earlier in the show, can we run the promo for the conference this week?
Government officials insist that this is an isolated incident.
Karen Carter Richards, distinguished chair of the Nnpa, the National Newspaper Publishers Association.
We're stronger than we've ever been. I am so proud to chair this organization because we've always known that we've been a resilient people.
Welcome, Attorney Crump.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Stacy, and to my mentor, Dr. Ben Chavis, so many times. He has not only provided us an avenue to get the message to our communities on cases that mainstream media won't cover, talking about Black lives that matter.
Hello, I'm Isaiah Thomas, and I want to salute President and CEO Ben Chavis, Senior National Correspondent Stacy Brown, and the entire Nnpa executive team of Karen Carter Richards on the 194th anniversary of the Black Press of America.
Hi, this is Congressman Cedric Richmond, Senior Advisor to President Biden and Director of the White House Office of Public Engagement, wishing Nnpa a happy 81st anniversary and the Black Press of America a happy 194th anniversary.
Oh, the Black Press of America is absolutely critical in so many ways, but particularly for what you and I are talking about today.
As Speaker of the House, it is my honor to bring congratulations to the Black Press of America.
The Black press was so important in my whole upbringing and my success of my career, you know, Ebony and Jack and Amsterdam News and Harlem and all of that was so important.
John P. Key.
I grew up reading the Carolina Times. So the black press was so important to us as a family.
Woo, 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 woo.
That's fantastic, fantastic. You guys, I'm telling you, at 7:30, if you are not fully awake, just roll over, log on to Facebook, hit the button so you guys can spend the morning with Stacy Brown. I'm telling you, you're going to find out the news that you're looking for and that you always posting on Facebook. They ain't covering, okay? You're not looking in the right place because they are covering. So take the time to do that. Stacy, thank you so much for being with us. I am so excited that you're here. Noah, you know you're my new favorite. I'm going to be all in your business, boy.
I warned you. I warned you.
Dee tried to tell you, you didn't listen, so now it's all over. So you guys, the Blerdbinder, right? Okay, so everybody can look for that as well. This has been a fantastic hour. Hugs to you both. I'm coming back at you because I need you to come back on Ask Alma again. You give fantastic advice, and we all need to hear it. Everybody have a fantastic night. Log on to Facebook, and hopefully you can be a part of the rest of the conference that's happening this week. So everybody have a fantastic week, and we'll see you later. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.